Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Slender Man, starring and directing by who knows who these people are. And the plot of the basic movie is, the overall plot would be 4 girls are basically on the internet, and they hang out with their friends. They're just having a good time at one of their houses, and they start talking about Slender Man, and eventually they find this link that lets you summon Slender Man. And then they watch the video. And they click on the link, and then there's a video, just follow the rules of video, and they tell you what they are, and if you do that, you get to summon Slender Man. Don't ask why, that's how you do it. And then Slender Man is basically going after these girls in a generic horror movie way. And that's what we got. I was extremely excited to see this movie because I really like Slender Man himself from the game Slender the 8 Pages. That's where I was first exposed to this character. And I loved how he has like tentacles coming out of his back. I thought it looked so cool. And I like he has no face, and the look of him, and the game itself is basically collect all 8 pages, and then that's it. You're out in the woods, you have a flashlight, you run away from Slender Man, while at the same time you're trying to collect 8 pages, and that's basically how the game works. And this movie is supposedly, I thought this movie was going to be based on the game, but it's actually not, well, kind of. It's actually based off of a true story that happened some time ago in Milwaukee and Wisconsin. And the true life story, I believe there's a documentary on this. And what I know about that story is like these girls went crazy about Slender Man, not in a way you're probably thinking, but in a way that just made them go insane or something. And one of the girls that was incredibly injured, that she's to this day still recovering from that. Let me just put it that way. And 2 of the girls have been sent to a mental institute. I don't know where they are. The extent of my knowledge ends here. And what we got from the actual movie is basically that true life story, and in a horrible, terribly, in every way possible way. This movie is not good at all, and the story it's based off of, that's interesting. This movie is not interesting. And that is a shame, because this movie had basically everything going for it, and none of it pays off. I'll go through some positives, I guess. There's some creepy imagery in this movie involving FaceTime. It doesn't really make any sense though, but it was creepy on its own if you don't think about it. And I guess there's a scene that takes place downstairs in the library. I thought that was a little creepy. It was kind of ruined by jump scares, but you take those away, it's alright. And I guess some good sound-ish that it did well in the effective creepy scene things that I mentioned, but that's it. This movie is really awful. The acting's awful, and I don't want to blame the actresses or the actors involved, because I doubt it's their fault, because the script gives them absolutely nothing to do except go through exposition, go from scene to scene to scene, follow the generic horror movie route, and that's all they have to work with. Now, when I talk crap about this movie, I'm not crapping on the true life story, because that is something that should be remembered I'm not saying that. I don't know how to put it, but I'm not insulting that true life story. I'm insulting I'm criticizing the movie that I'm reviewing, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not talking crap about anything else. That's all I'm doing here. I'm doing the best I can to describe what's in my head, but I'm not sure how it's going to translate to you guys. So this is the best I can do. Let's talk about the character development. I would say it's below generic. If that's even a thing, because you have two girls who are basically investigating the situation that they're in to see if they're trying to see if one of their friends is okay, and turns out okay, but that scene basically almost goes nowhere because one of the two girls says, "Oh, this is fake and crap," even though she just witnessed crazy things happening. She must think everything that's going around her is fake. And that happened for literally no reason at all. And guess what's going to happen next? Oh, Slender Man is going to torment her psychologically. Yep, that happens in this weird wavy, I don't know how to describe it. This weird editing style that just did not work at all. And I would just say that this is the Bye-Bye Man of this year. And I didn't want to say that, but it looks like I have to. Because I was really looking forward to this movie, and it just turned out like garbage. Also, this might not affect people who are watching this review 10 years from now, but if you watch the trailer, then you will see certain things that were not in the movie itself. Because there are characters that are introduced in this movie that they appear and then they disappear without any explanation whatsoever. There's a character from the trailer that you see that she's being tortured, kind of, because she's kind of freaking out, and she's in a biology class or something, and while they're just dissecting a frog, she takes a knife from there, and she's hesitant to kill herself, and then she kills herself. You don't actually see the knife go through her head because PG-13, and it's in a trailer, a Green Band trailer, and you just see blood fly on to someone's face, little splatter blood. That's not in the movie. Another mistake this movie makes is it's not really faithful to the actual story itself. And from what I know, it's basically what I told you earlier, only in this movie, they don't follow that at all. So, I don't know what this movie's audience is for. All this movie has to offer are cliches, things you've seen 1,000 times, bad acting, horrible writing, bland music, cinematography, special effects. Oh, really bad special effects. Let me tell you. The Slender Man, his face is basically, you know what his face looks like. He has no face, but his head is basically all pale white. His head in every other scene, or maybe every scene, his head color is different. Sometimes it's more darker, and sometimes it's a little bit brighter than last time you saw him. It keeps changing for no reason at all. And also, characters do things that make no sense. And I think I kind of established that a little earlier in this review, with a little one character going away thinking, oh, this is crazy, and then later on, something happens to her just in the next scene, just like that. A lot of that is in this movie, from what I remember. I'm starting to forget this movie the more I talk about it. So I think I should wrap this up right now. Don't see this movie. It does nothing well. It, I guess, has a couple creepy imagery scenes that, some creepy scenes-ish, but I would give this movie the same grade I would give the first Annabelle that came out in 2014. It had one creepy scene that was very effective. Well, not very, pretty well done, I guess. It was creepy. This movie has positives that equal that, but I'm going to give it the same grade as Hannibal. And all in all, I think that you should skip out on Slender Man. Don't see it. I'm extremely disappointed to say that this movie fails at everything. And I'm going to give Slender Man an F. Completely unacceptable that this movie is rock bottom bad. It had everything going for it, and since this is technically based off of a true story, that just makes it worse. Because it doesn't do that well. It doesn't follow the story of the true life events correctly at all. So there's Slender Man for you. Have you seen it? Tell me what you thought of it down below. And also, if you like this review, be sure to leave a like. And then follow me on my social media. That'll be in the description down below. Follow me there for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the Stardust app. Last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up. And I believe the next one coming up is the Happy Time Murderers. That'll be fun. But until I get that up, thanks for watching and have a great day not watching Slender Man.